I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Forensic Gameology, hosted by ForensicGameology.com.
Ticket to Red Legacy recap video game 6 for science.
In some nebulous amount of time.
Or less.
Well, this was an unmitigated disaster for me.
This was an awesome.
Mitigated disaster for you?
It wasn't a disaster, it was awesome.
So, is this the first time since this rock slide occurred that it didn't negatively affect you?
Yes, it didn't affect me at all.
It didn't affect me either. Did you ever draw into Vancouver?
I drew one to Vancouver, but it was that one. It was Seattle.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't a big deal.
Vancouver.
Me going there did not block
Nope.
you. That was kind of a foolish move on my part, but I couldn't have known it at the time. Tell you one thing, this split here was tough for me. I had to fork out and use 5 trains to get to each of those destinations that I drew into. That scar that I killed, if you weren't watching, because I lost, I was able to destroy a scar. Its effects no longer apply, and I cut that up. And I cut up my scar, which, if you also weren't watching, I'll reiterate, was the first time we've actually destroyed one of our cards. So, as part of the legacy experience of it's irrevocable, you can't go back. This card is gone now. There's one fewer green completely, and it was always out of the game once put the sticker on it, but it's out of existence now. Well, this scar was overconfident. When drawing destination tickets is an action, you must keep at least 2. I did it twice, and it hurt me each time. The one time it gave me -4. The other time it just made me run down to Los Angeles, and then I completely spaced. I needed to get to Oklahoma City because I felt like when I looked at the card, it was in the line. Yeah,
that's why when in the middle of the game, I drew tickets, and I kept all 4 because I had all 4 of them. And I had to check 20 times to make sure because I thought, there's a mistake, but no, sure enough, it was all here to somewhere right there, and so I had them all.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, I get that.
For the folks that didn't watch the playthrough, Molly lapped me for the first time.
Yeah.
231
to 118.
118. Unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, I completed 11 tickets.
I completed 6, and I didn't complete 3.
Yeah.
Even if I had completed them, though, I wouldn't have been close to your score. I think I wouldn't have gotten lapped.
You wouldn't have been
by
you wouldn't have been
1
lapped.
or 2.
No, because you wouldn't have had the negative, and then you'd have had that much positive.
Ugh.
So by 20. So what we were saying before that we stopped ourselves is that Tom said he got all small tickets, which is true because he stayed right here.
Oh, yeah.
In the beginning. Therefore, I was able to kind of just go across where I wanted, and I didn't go here. Until late, I finally completed, that was my last thing to complete, and I'm glad I didn't go up here, because by the time I was completing this, you were going here.
Right.
So we would have been fighting. So I'm glad I decided, because I hadn't chosen how I was going to get across necessarily, and then I drew that Phoenix one, and I was like, I'll just go on down there.
It looks to me, in hindsight, obviously, that I shouldn't have kept all 5 of my tickets.
I just kept 3 of the easiest ones.
Kept 3 of the easiest ones and started drawing like a boss because it would have lost me some tempo and maybe cost me some negative, but I got some negative anyway. Well, drawing maybe cost me a tempo while you're playing, while you're getting... I go to Nashville because I need to get there, but I don't know. I look at it now and I'm just a little... I had 2 that went to Miami and one, I think, Miami to New York and Miami to possibly Sault Ste. Marie or Montreal. And so I maybe should have kept those 2 and tried to get an overlap later on in the game or something. But I tell you what, that was not my smartest move.
No.
It did help that I lost. I wish I hadn't, but it did let me get rid of that horrific scar.
Yeah, mine didn't hurt as bad. I have to draw one, and that's always exciting.
Exciting, because it could work.
And it worked fine this time. All I needed was to go to Calgary.
And
it was Calgary to Phoenix, but I was already going from Seattle to Los Angeles, so it wasn't like it wasn't
too far out of the way.
And I needed to get this way anyways, and that was just the way I decided to go then. So it wasn't that big of a deal. What I kicked myself in the face, pants, whatever for, is that in the beginning I didn't keep one from Calgary to Los Angeles because I was like, I don't want to have to worry about getting to Calgary. And then I ended up drawing into it, and I thought, well, there you go. That's an extra 12 points.
It'd have been even more humiliating.
Because I have it. It's Calgary, obviously Los Angeles.
So Molly's change this time around. What was yours? Was to add or subtract 1 to a destination ticket that didn't already have anything on it. No edits. Yeah. No edits. And then initial it. So Nashville to New York is now, instead of being worth 6, is now worth 5. And it has Molly's initials on it.
Only so that Tom doesn't get an extra point for playing that card.
because I
'Cause it
typically
goes to
run to New York. I didn't
Yeah.
even. I could have gone to Tom's Township for an extra. It would give me 4 points for going there and then 3 points for my New York. But like, talk about absolutely bupkis. As for how much that would have mattered.
Right,
This
that's why-
one, you were gonna say?
No, I just a bunch of things.
I would say that is a blowout. We've had a lot of blowouts, and I don't know. Is that normal for all Ticket to
Or
Ride
has
games?
it just been these?
No, it can't just be these.
Right, obviously this isn't play tested, so we'd have to play test it to see if the bonuses should be more or if they're all going to be blowouts. This definitely helped me,
By 6.
but not even just that. I didn't have to get 5.
Oh, I know. I've run that route before, and it's amazing.
And I the beginning I had 2 that went into Portland, and I thought, I'm going to keep those. I'm just going to use this.
Yeah.
I don't even care about this. It's 10 points, and this is 3. But this is 2 the same and 1 by itself. I don't have to get 5 cards. So this helped. And so it helped me get points, right? Obviously it gave me 6 points because I had 2 to Portland, but...
Yeah, it gave you a little tempo as well.
Yep.
So it takes an entire turn to draw these 2, half of a turn to draw this, and then 2 turns to play them. So what is that? 3.5 turns? Or does it cost 1 turn, 1 turn? It's the same, 3.5 turns. You just gain not having to draw all of the same color. And it gave you +6 for going there.
Yeah, and wild.
And saved you 2 trains, but it got you fewer points. So there are pros and cons. What was your wild thing? Because that happened to you a lot this game.
I hated it. I have to, when I play a wild, discard a card. So I just
you can't play the wild.
So I just had to make sure I had a card that wasn't what I needed.
Yeah.
And generally I did. But towards the end there, I didn't. Towards the end, I had wilds, and because I had a white or something, and I drew to Winnipeg. And so I was like, I'll get these whites. And then you were just drawing wilds and playing, and I was like, he's going to end the game.
I wasn't trying to end it. I was trying to get to where I needed to go.
Right, but you're going to end it by that, because I knew you needed, like, big routes or whatever. And so I just decided to nix these, because I was drawing blues, or they were just greens, and so this was gray. So I just was like, I'll use any 4 colors, and I got a bunch of greens. But yeah, wilds, they were beasts.
Did it ever occur to you to try to block me when you saw that I was...
No.
You didn't think about that?
I needed to get here, I think, when I did that. And I'm glad, because I drew like 2 or 3 at the end there to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So,
if you had blocked me and gotten your negative, you still would have smashed me because mine would have been negative. So it's a wash either way.
I mean, you blocked yourself, so I didn't need to do it this time.
How did I block myself?
You just didn't get to Oklahoma City.
Nah.
I don't know how you would have. How would you?
Whatever I was keeping, that was Oklahoma City was 9. That was the smallest ticket.
Oh.
So I was going to get a -9 no matter what, and I was just I in my head I thought that I was on this
Oklahoma
track.
City, yeah.
Well, I didn't really look. I looked at the dots.
Oh, I guess I was like, this was available. So yeah, I was thinking, how would you even got there? But you would have. I just went there at the very end.
I could swing. Yeah, you just went there at the very end, so it would have been doable.
Yeah.
I just don't have enough trains. That was my last train that I used to get to get to Los Angeles. So it was just bad math.
Man, it was a good game for me. I needed this. I deserve this. I have a losing streak.
You deserve it. I should have won. I'm a good person.
I'm a better person.
Oh, no. You're an okay person at best.
And so I've just lost too many times in a row.
Yeah, well, it's 3-2 to like -1 to -1 because we lost that cooperative game. I wish there was a way to mark that on here. But anyway, that's a wrap. This was an exciting game, and I'm looking forward. This was game 6. I'm looking forward to game 7 because I won't have that just horrible setback of a 50-pound weight on my legs. I try to swim
2
against the current. So you have 2, and that works for me. What are your 2 again? You have the one that the wild. You have to discard a wild, and you have to draw a random destination ticket at the beginning and keep it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything more?
Nope.
We presented the evidence.
You be the judge.